One of the things that's most surprising about the U.S. that Deb and I saw flying around versus the U.S. you see on TV is the lived experience of immigration in most of the American countryside versus how it's discussed nationally. Nationally, you would often think this is an emergency, a crisis, it requires most drastic measures. The most touching, I would say, aspect of most local level American life is how the saga of immigration continues on as it has through America's past in its good and bad ways. Immigration has never been problem-free or stress-free because its ethnic change is always, and cultural change is always disruptive. But something that countries like Canada and the US and Australia have to their advantage is they've been able, on the whole, to absorb this and say we are, e pluribus unum, we're better off together, and that's still how it works most places. I'll give just two very quick examples. One is Dodge City in western Kansas. It was the scene of the old Gunsmoke Western TV series. It's now a beef packing center, so its population is now majority Latino. So it's a city with a white business and political establishment and a majority Latino population. The state government of Kansas has been cutting school budgets in recent years. The people of Dodge City voted a big tax increase on themselves to fund their schools where it's mainly white taxpayers supporting mainly Latino school children. Just thinking this is how our town will have a future, this is the only way we're going to have a future. Something similar in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Mainly Lutherans, and it was mainly German and Scandinavian Lutherans who settled there, plus Native Americans. Now, again, a very significant refugee and immigrant population. The young woman who's the head of ROTC at Sioux Falls High School, when we visited there, she had walked out of Darfur as a child and with her family, got separated. They're in refugee camps. They got to Sioux Falls. Her mother worked in the packing house there. And this young girl rose to become the leader of the military ROTC program, and they had to have a change in the rules for ROTC to allow her to wear the uniform with her hijab. And saying, can ROTC in South Dakota encompass a Muslim female leader of our unit? And they said yes. Then so they changed the rules, and so she led ROTC wearing her uniform cap and a hijab too. So that is more. That's not what you hear in the sort of congressional rhetoric, but it's also why I think most states on the U.S.-Mexican border are not supporting a wall.